Well, Todd, you have been gracious enough to be our Thunder Bay contact.
Well, it's a pleasure, Mike, to get on board something like this. I'm happy to do it.
Well, we're really delighted. I mean, you've already got special events lined up in Thunder Bay, but even more, what is it that draws you to the hike that Kate and I are doing?
Well, the main thing that brought me to the hike was to repay a bit of the knowledge that you shared with me. Being able to be a part of the Audubon Center in Minnesota, something that you really built from the ground up. I feel this is a way that I can help to repay that, and then also just to contribute to what you're doing with Lake Superior is a pleasure.
That's great. Now you work at?
I work at Fort William Historical Park. I am the gardener there.
And we enjoyed the fruits of your labor tonight.
Yeah, thank goodness you're the gardener there. We like that.
Some of the roasted potatoes and zucchinis. This is such a delicious treat.
And the fort itself is tied very strongly with the lake. So.
Well, definitely. The reason for the fort being there is because it's the inland post for the Northwest Company, which could be accessed through the St. Lawrence. Really, the reason they're there is because the Hudson Bay had control, or Hudson Bay Company had control of the Hudson Bay, and this other company needed a way to get to the inland, and being able to access the ocean from Lake Superior is why Fort William is there.
Now, you're not originally from Lake Superior.
No, I'm a flatlander. Yeah, I grew up in Saskatchewan, where there's very little water, very little hills, and moving here and just seeing Lake Superior, I fell in love right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how old were you when you got here to Lake Superior?
The first time I saw Lake Superior was last July, so I was 26 was the first time I saw Lake Superior. And oh no, sorry, I shouldn't say that. The first time I saw Lake Superior was with Kate.
Yeah?
When she took me to Duluth to do my
Social
paperwork
Security.
for
But
the Audubon
when you
Center.
came into the U.S., where did you come through? International Falls or something?
I came through Minot.
Okay.
Through what's it called?
Anyway,
I forget what it's called.
But
so can you remember what your first impression was as you saw Lake Superior?
I was very excited, and well, I saw the pier, or the whatever you call it,
waterfront
Duluth,
area,
waterfront in Duluth,
Canal Park,
and that's just stunning down there.
Yeah.
And just being able to look out on the lake and not see the other shore, I'd never ever experienced that before.
Now, being in Thunder Bay, you've moved up the North Shore, or what Minnesota calls the North Shore. You've been coming up actually closer to the real North Shore of Canada. When you're with people in Thunder Bay, how do they feel about Lake Superior? Is that a part of the everyday conversation, or?
I don't know about a part of the everyday conversation, but it's a big part of everybody's life in Thunder Bay. You know, everything from just going down for a swim to cool off on the hot days, to having some very unpredictable weather that you never really know is coming, just because of this giant inland sea that's right here beside us.
So as far as Lake Superior, have you got some wishes now of places you want to go or things you want to do on the lake?
I would definitely like to get out and try kayaking on the lake.
You do well.
After hearing your experience in a Voyager canoe and working at Fort William at the same time, I would like to try out a birch bark canoe on the water. I think
Good luck.
That'd be a treat. And then just, using the lake as leisurely, both for sightseeing and for swimming and things like that. I'll definitely do a lot of that.
That's excellent.
But for specific places, I don't really have any specific places. Just
we'll give you some.
He's already been down to Pancake Bay. Came down there to see us when he. Remember when we came across? He met us over in the Sioux.
Thank you so much for bringing us the wild rice. With us for the first part of Canada. That was great.
And now for bringing Tobias here for his visit. That was really nice of you too. So.
And the salmon and the vegetables and Sierra and Carolyn.
So anyway, well, we look forward to seeing you in Thunder Bay too.
Yes, well, you'll see me before that.
Oh yeah, because you're going to come back.
I got to come back and pick up Tobias and bring him to the bay. And I hope to get out on the trail with Sierra. Since today didn't work out, I really hope to get out there with her and just at least do a few miles.
Yeah.
With
Well,
the little one.
Whatever day it is, there'll be some place we're walking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk to you a little later.
Good.
And how old is Sierra now?
Sierra is 4 months old.
Yeah. And she's a happy girl most of the time, right?
Most of the time, especially when she's outdoors.
Yeah. No, we're sorry she couldn't go for you and she couldn't go for a walk with us today, but it wouldn't have been a good place to be walking with the baby on those rocks.
We still made the most of the day.
Yep. And tell us, you were mentioning before what you had hoped with her in Lake Superior and your experiences.
Well, Todd and I, we had been living in Saskatchewan, and I had found out I was having a baby, and we didn't really know where we were going to live. But when I kept thinking of where I wanted to live with the baby, I kept thinking about Lake Superior. So I remembered that Todd had taken a trip up here right before our wedding, and saw the pictures and thought it looked beautiful. So I was
Up to Thunder Bay area, you mean?
Yeah, in the Thunder Bay area.
Because you went to school at Northland, which is right on the lake.
So I thought it had to be pretty similar to Ashland, Wisconsin.
Being close to the water anyway. And then you said you worked in Bayfield too in some of those places.
Yeah, I think Bayfield is really where I made such a major connection with the lake too. I would wake up early in the morning and walk down the street and you could see Lake Superior and it was just amazing. I could live there the rest of my life.
I know, we agree. Well, we're glad that Sierra was looking somewhat confused at the camera right now. We'll have the opportunity to grow up on the lake. That's really special. And we know you guys are going to give her the best opportunities to be outdoors, which we're always happy to hear about.
For sure, and whenever she's not feeling very happy, I know it makes me feel a lot better whenever I can just go down to the lake and listen to the water. And
Definitely.
So have you thought about changing her name from Sierra to Full Circle?
We did talk about it.
Yeah, that's...
I think we already talked about this before.
Yeah, Mike keeps trying and it's not going to work. Sierra is a very nice name, so I think she picked the right one there. Well, anyway, you guys have a fun summer.
Thanks, and thank you guys so much for what you're doing. It's really important.
You're welcome.